But I got this book, The Last One to Live. I come to know that I bought this book but never read it. So I decided to read it today with all of you. So let's start. I remember it happened yesterday or 10 years ago. And now that very boy is turning to me. Tell me, he says, what have you done with my ears? What have you done with your life? One person of integrity, of courage, and make a difference of my contact. So basically, there was a note by the author. Author of this book is Meg Waite Clayton. And it's a book about a novel, which is about an absolutely fascinating, beautifully rendered story of love, loss, and heroism in the dark days leading up to the World War II. Christian Hanna, New York Times best-selling author of The Nightingale and The Great Alone. So I'm going to read this novel. If you have any questions about this book, you can just comment it down. So I'm going to start. The first chapter is at the border. Stout flakes soften the view out the train window. A snow-covered castle on a snow-covered hill, boosting up through the. Let me have a coffee bottle already. So, stout flakes soften the view out the train window. A snow-covered castle on a snow-covered hill, boosting up through the snow air. The conductor calling bad mental. This is bad mental journey. Passengers continuing to the Netherlands must provide documents. Gertruda Wismusler, a Dutch woman with a strong chin, nose, and a wide mouth. Cashmere grey eyes kissed the baby on her lap. She kissed him a second time, her lips lingering on his smooth forehead. She handed him to his sister then, and pulled the skull cap of their brother, of the toddler brother. Truth responded to the children's objection in their own language. It's all right. It will be only for few minutes. Your God will forgive us this once. The train moved to a stop. The train moved to a stop. The little boy leapt to the window, shouting, "Mama." Whose gentle his air as he followed his gaze out the snow-dirty glass to see Germans in orderly lines. On the platform, despite the storm, a porter with a loaded luggage cart, a stooped man in a sandwich boat, advertising a tailor. Yes, there was the woman. The child saw a slim woman in a dark coat, in a scarf standing at a sausage vendor. Her back to the train as the boy again called to her, "Mama, Mama." The woman turned idly, taking a greased bite of sausage as she gazed up at the split flap board. The boy completed, not his mother of course. Rose pulled the child to her, whispering, "There, there, there," unable to make promises that could not keep. The carrier doors opened with a startling clatter and hiss. A Nazi border guard on the platform reached up to the help. A debarking passenger. A pregnant German who accepted his help with a gloved hand. Rules unfastened the pearl buttons on her own Yellow leather day gloves and loosen the scallop gloves with their delicate black essence. She pulled the gloves off, the leather catching on a ruby solitaire nested between other rings, as with hands just beginning to flicker and she wiped away the boy's tears. She tidied the children's hairs and clothes, addressing each again by name, but working quickly, keeping an eye on the dwindling line of passengers. All right now, she said, wiping the drool from the baby's mouth as the passengers disembarked. Go wash your hands just as we practiced. Already the Nazi border guard was mounting the stairs. Go on, go quickly now. Take your time washing up. Bruce said calmly. To the girls he said, keep your brothers in the lavatory, sweetheart, until you put back on your gloves. And that was the girl said. It was necessary that Bruce not seem to be hiding the children. Yet not she went them to close for their negotiation. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. She thought, unconsciously putting the ruby to her lips like a kiss. She opened her pocketbook, a more delicate thing than she would have carried. Had she known she would be returning to the Amsterdam with three children in a tow. She fumbled inside it, removing her rings as the children now behind her drift away down the aisle. Ahead, the porter guard appeared. He was a young man, but not so young that he might not be married, might not have children of his own. Visas. You have visas to leave Germany? He demanded of Cruz. The sole adult remaining in the carriage, Cruz continues looking in her bag as if to extract the required papers. Children can be such a handful, can't they? Can't they? She replied. Warmly as she fingered her single Dutch passport still in the handbag. You have children, officer? Asked her. The guard offered an unsanctioned hint of a smile. My wife is expecting our first child, perhaps on a Christmas day. How unfortunate you are, he said, smiling at her. How fortunate you are, she said, smiling at her own good fortune as the guard glanced towards the sound of the water running in a sink. The children chattering as sweetly as bramble finches, she let the thought sit at him. We would soon have a baby, not unlike little Alexei, who would grow into a child like Israel or dear Sarah. Cruz fingered the ruby, sparkling and warm. On the long ring she now wore. You have something special for a wife to mark the occasion, I am unsure. Something special, the Nazi repeated, returning his attention to her. Something beautiful to wear every day to remember a more special moment. She removed the ring, saying, my father gave this to my mother the day I was born. Her pale, steady fingers offered the ruby ring along with her single passport. He eyed the ring skeptically, then took the passport alone, examined it, and glanced again to the back of the carriage. These are your children. Such children could be included on their parents' passport, but her listed none. She turned the rupee to catch the light, saying, they are more precious than anything, children. This is the first chapter. The next chapter is the boy meets the girl. Stephen burst out the doors and down the snow-covered steps, his satchel thwacking at his school blazer as he sprinted for the Burg Theatre. At the stationery store, he pulled up the shot. The typewriter was still there. On the window display, he pushed his glasses up on his nose, put his fingers to the window glass and pretended to type. He ran on, weaving his way through the crushed kindle marked crowds. The smell of sweats, mold, Luane and gingerbread saying sorry, 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 and keeping his cap low to avoid recognition. They were fine people. They were fine people. His family, their wealth came from their own choice, own chocolate business established with their own capital, and they kept their accounts always on the credit side at the Rothschild Bank. If it got back to his father, that he would knock down another old lady on the street. The typewriter would remain nearer the light strung pine tree here in the flux than the one in the winter gallery at home. He waved to the old man ending the newsstand. Good afternoon, Earthman. Where is your overcoat? Master Stephen, the old man called after him. The Stephen glanced down. He would left his scooter to school again, but he spoke only when he reached the ringsters where a Nazi pop-up protest blocked the way. He ducked into a poster plaster kiosk and climbed down the metal stairs into the darkness of the Vienna underworld to emerge on the dark theater side of the street. He bolted through the theater doors and took the stairs by tools down to the basement. Barber shop. Master Newman with a great surprise. धक्का देके the great surprise. Master Newman, what a great surprise. Her career said. The racing white eyebrows over spectacles as round and black as Stephen. If less snow flattered, the barber was bent low, sweeping the last of the day's hair clippings into dustbin. But didn't I? Just a quick clip. It's been a few weeks. Her purser straightened his back and discarded the hair into a trash bin. He set the bottom and dustpan next to Salo, leaning against the wall. Well, memory doesn't fit as readily into an old man as into young ones. I suppose he offered warmly, nodding the barber's chair. Or perhaps it doesn't fit as well as into that of a young man with the money to spend. Stephen dropped his satchel, a few pages of his new play spilling out onto the floor. But what did it matter? Her cousin knew he wrote please. He shoved his blazer, settled into the chair, and removed his glasses. The world went fizzy. The cello and the broom now coupled, waltzing in the corner, his face in the mirror above his head, anyone's face. He shivered as her buzzer wrapped the cape around him. Stephen despised haircuts. I heard they might be starting rehearsal for a new play. He said, "Is it a Stephen's wig?" Ah yes, you are such a fan of hers wig. How could I have forgotten? Otto Purger said, mocking Stephen somehow but kindly and anyway. Her Purger ये देख ले तो बोलेगा रिकॉर्ड कर ले चाहिए तो वो टोकनी पे रख दे रिकॉर्ड कर ले चाहिए तो Her brother straightened his back and discarded the hair into trash bin. Then set the broom and dustpan next to a cello leaning against the wall. Oh, well, the memory doesn't fit as readily into an old mind or into a young one, I suppose. He offered warmly, nodding to the barber chair, or perhaps it doesn't fit as well into that of a young man with money to spare. Stephen dropped his satchel, a few pages of his new play spilling out onto the floor. But what did it matter? Her cousin knew. He wrote plays, he shucked his blazer, settled in the chair, removed his glasses. The world went fuzzy. The cello and the broom now a couple waltzing in the park. His face in the mirror above his eyes, anyone face. He shivered as her perjured wrapped the cape around him. Stephen despised haircuts. I heard they might be starting rehearsals for a new play, he said. Is it a Stephen's Wick? Oh yes, you are such a fan of hers Wick. How could I have forgotten? Otto Pergerson, mocking Stephen somehow but kindly and anyway, her Perger knew every secret there was to know about the playwrights and the stars and the theatre. Stephen's friends had no idea where Stephen got his inside scoops. They thought he knew someone important. Husband's mother still lives here in Vienna, Stephen said. Yet rarely does he advertise his visit from the London. Well, at the risk of causing disappointment, Stephen, this new play is a scissor curse in her town by 1918. About the end of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, there has been quite a lot of whispering and intrigue as to whether it will even be performed. I'm afraid her successor must live with his suitcase packed, and I am told it is going forward albeit with the publicity to include a disclaimer that the playwright means no offense to any nation of the former German Empire. A little of this, a little of that. Whatever it takes to survive, Stephen's father would have objected that this was Austria, not Germany. The Nazi cop here had been put down years ago, but Stephen didn't care about politics. Stephen only wanted to know who would play the lead. Perhaps you would like to guess. Harpaja suggested as he turned Stephen toward him in the chair. You were quite clever at that, as I recall. Stephen kept his eyes closed, involuntarily swearing again, even though mercifully no bits of hair landed on his face. Werner crossed the guest. Well, there you are. Harpaja said with surprising enthusiasm. Harpaja turned the chair back to the mirror, leaving Stephen started to see blurrily without his glasses. That the barber was not applauding his guests but rather addressing a girl emerging like a surrealist sunflower sprouting from a heating grate in the wall below. Stephen's reflection. One second, there was some voice coming. I think because of crackers since Diwali is there in India. Okay, so where we are. Okay, so Her Persia said, a surprising choice. My Persia turned the chair back to the mirror. And she should right in front of him. All smudged glasses and blonde braids and budding braids. Budding braids. Park, Zophie, Helena, your mama will be scrubbing that trays all night. My Persia said. It wasn't really a fair question. Grandpa Otto. There are two male leads, the girl said brightly, her voice catching somewhere inside Stephen like the first high B flat of Zuckerberg's. Eve Maria, her voice and the lyrical sound of her name. Sophie Rene and the nearness of her breast. It's a lemming skate of Bernoulli, they said, fingering the gold pendant necklace analytically is the zero set of the polynomial x square plus y square minus the product of x square minus y square times 2 is. Stephen stammered through the blush and the shame at being caught starting at her breast, staring at her breast. It is becoming interesting. So Stephen stammered as he was caught red-handed as he was being caught staring at her breast. Even if she didn't realize he had been, my papa gave it to me, she said. He liked mathematics too. Her percher unfastened the cap, handed Stephen his glasses, and waved away the copronical. Stephen offered, saying there was no charge this time. Stephen stuffed the script pages back into the satchel, not wanting, not wanting this girl to see his play, but that he had a play that he imagined he might write anything worth reading. He paused, puzzled. The floor was completely clean. Stephen, this is my granddaughter, Otto Puzzle said. The scissors still in hand, and the broom and the dustpan beside the cello untouched. Sophie, Stephen here may be at least as interested in the theatre as you are. He's somewhat more included towards tidy hair. Very nice to meet you, Stephen, the girl said. But why did you come for the haircut you didn't need? Sophie Helena, her purchase scolded. I was sleuthing through the grate. You didn't need a haircut, so Grandpa Otto only pretended to cut it. But wait, don't tell me. Let me deduce. To look about the room at the cello and the portrait, and her grandfather and again Stephen himself. Her gaze settled on his cecil. You are an actor, and Grandpapa knows everything about the theatre. Otto Paja said, I believe you will find Angerson, Angerson that Stephen is a writer. And you must know that the greatest writers do the strangest things simply for the experience. Local enough there that Stephen with a new interest. Are you really? I'm getting a typewriter for Christmas, Stephen said. I hope I am. Do they make special ones? Special? Does it feel with to be left-handed? Stephen considered his hand confused as he reopened the grate from which she would emerge and climbed on the hands and knees back into the wall. A moment later, she poked her head out again. Do come on then. Stephen, rehearsals are nearly over, she said. You won't mind the little dirt on your ink-stained sleeves, will you? For the experience. Now we are going to start the next chapter. The story is becoming interesting as we go on reading. So let's start this chapter. It is rubies or paste. Now, a pearl button popped off Rose Scout gloves conference. With the baby in one hand, she reached out to catch the ball. He was so fascinated by the massive cast iron dome ceiling of the Amsterdam station that he nearly tumbled from the train. Tumbled from the train. Truss, her husband, called up to her as he took the toddler in hand and set him on the platform. He held the girl too, Truss and the baby. On the platform, Truss accepted her husband's embrace, a rare public thing. Jardula, he said, couldn't frere. Please don't fuss at me now, you. What's done is done. But I am sure the wife of that nice young guard who saw us across the border has more need of my mother's ruby than we do. Where is your Christmas spirit? Good God, don't tell me you risk bribing a Nazi with paste. She kissed him on the cheek. This you can't tell the difference yourself, darling. I don't imagine either of you will soon. Jupe laughed despite himself, and he took the baby, holding him awkwardly but cooing. A man who loved children but had none. Despite their years of trying, Truss stuck her hands, no longer warmed by the baby, into her pockets. Fingering the matchbox, she would all but forgotten. Such an odd sort. The doctor in the train carriage, who would given it to her. You were sent by the god, no doubt. He would say that with a fond glance at the children. He always carried a lucky stone. He would say that he wanted her to have it. To keep you and the children safe, he insisted, opening the little box to show her a flat, gravely old stone that really would have no purpose if it weren't unlucky. At Jewish funerals, one doesn't give flowers but rather stones. Okay, this interesting thing I never would know about it. That in Jewish funeral they don't offer flowers; they offer stones. They said, which made the thing somehow impossible to turn down. He would collect it from her when he needed his luck pad. He assured her then he would remember that bad Manthian before the train crossed from Germany into the Netherlands. Now was in Amsterdam with the children, thinking there might be some truth to his claim about ugly little stones left bringing charms. Now, little man, Jude said to the baby, you must grow up to do some extraordinary thing to make my police force risk of our life worthwhile. If he was troubled by his unplanned rescue, he wasn't going to object any more than he did when he trips to bring children out of the Germany well planned. He kissed the baby's cheek. I have a taxi waiting, he said. A taxi? Were you given a raise at the bank while I was away? A gentle joke that you are earning so much that the taxi was waiting for you. So Jupe was banker's banker, frugal to the core, albeit one who still called his wife of 2 decades his bride. It would be a sturdy walk to their uncle's place from the tram stop, even without the snow, he said. And Dr. Gruenwald doesn't want his friend's niece and nephew to arrive with a frostbite. Dr. Gruenwald's friend that didn't explain it. Chris thought as they walked out into the snow lace of tree branches, the dirt storm of paths, the hard white frost of canal. It was the way so much of the help of the committee for special Jewish interests was doled out. Nieces and nephews of Dutch citizens, friends, the children of friends, of business partners, so often accidental relationship determined fate. Hmm. So, the Vienna Independent. We are reading. So, The Vienna Independence, Hitler's birth home, now a museum. Okay. So relationship between Austria and Germany remained strained despite the summer accord. In December 20, 1926, the owner of the Adolf Hitler birth home here has opened took of its room as a museum. Austrian authorities in Linz have permitted the public display on the condition that only German visitors and not the Austrians. Okay. Austria, the Hitler home was there, but the Austrian peoples are not allowed. Only the German peoples are allowed to visit here. In the event, Austrians are found to be given entry to the museum. Visitors are not Austrians, we are allowed. In the event, only in a case of any kind of event, Australians are found to be given entry to the museum or it becomes a demon. In the event, Australians are given to be entry to the museum or it becomes a demon demonstration site for Nazis. The museum will be closed. The museum is made possible as a result of Austro-German agreement of July 11 to return our nations to relations of a normal and friendly character. Under the agreement, Germany recognized Austria's full sovereignty and agreed to regard our political order as an internal concern upon which it will exercise no influence. A concession by Hitler, who objects to the imprisonment by our government of members of the Austrian Nazi Party. Candles at the surface. So we'll read this tomorrow. So this is Day-1. We'll keep on reading it. I'm just in front of you. I'm just going to hold this piece. Which is Hitler Birth Home, now a museum. This is page number 13. Holding it, and tomorrow we will continue from page number 14. So keep coming to this channel. We will read the good things, good books, and discuss about them. Also, I'm going to planning to start this kind of you can say the historical movie reviews. If I like something about particular historical movie, I discuss with you. So keep supporting me. Also, I keep on posting some of my own stuff, kind of a short stories, and whenever I was thinking about some kind of a cool stuff or anything interesting I found, I try to create a surrounding and story around that particular event. So I will put them in shorts. So go and watch that those as well. You will enjoy it. Keep supporting me. So we will continue our journey as a readers, as a enthusiast, and will enjoy the life. So just like, share, and subscribe, and keep watching.